Welcome to the Manifest Your Career podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a Latina career and life coach. With this podcast, I help successful women learn how to combine their intuition and logic so that they can manifest their dream career. By listening to my podcast, you'll learn how to go from feeling stuck and lost on what to do next to having the clarity, motivation, and strategies to manifest the career of your dreams. Each episode, I'll teach you the skills, strategies, and mindset you need, girl, to get in alignment with your career goals. Now let's go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is episode 1, Your New Career Mindset. All right, guys, mindset is everything. And if you haven't heard this before, let me break it down for you. And if you have, I guarantee you haven't heard it like this before. So growing up, all I heard from my parents was work hard. As many of you can relate, do well in school, work hard, go to work hard. But that's just it. Hard work doesn't get you further in your career. It actually is your mindset. You can work hard and not have a clue about how your thoughts or your mindset is really what's driving what comes into your life. So simply put, mindset is how you view and think about the things around you. You may think, well, what does it matter? I can't change who I am. Well, my friend, that's where you're wrong. Yes, you can change. You just have to want to. And if you don't want to, just stop listening to this right here because none of anything that I'm saying is going to sink in. You have to be ready, willing, and open to change. So here's my example of a growth mindset versus limited mindset. A growth mindset is thinking, I can learn anything versus I'm neither good or I can't do that. A growth mindset is my effort determines my abilities. A limited mindset feels like my abilities is determined by my genes or how I grew up. A growth mindset is that I will learn each time I fail and get better. And a limited mindset is failure shows me what I'm not good at. It means I shouldn't be doing that, trying that out. Who did I think to do those things? A growth mindset is, I think that feedback is constructive and helpful. And a limited mindset is thinking feedback is always criticism. You know, when we take what others say to us personally, it's more about our ego versus what that person is actually saying. You know, if something irks you that they're saying, it is probably because there's a hint of truth that you believe in. Because if you didn't, it wouldn't bother you. And that is in your mindset. And you got to work on changing it in order to move forward. So, how do you go from a limited to a growth mindset? You know, if you're finding yourself on the more limited side, take a breath and congratulate yourself because at least you have some self-awareness because there are some people who don't even see it, who don't want to see that and just stop there. Like, they won't even be listening to this podcast, but you are. So give yourself some props, some grace, a pat on the back. I know that sounds silly because trust me, I used to be that way too. Like, why would I do that? But you are willing to recognize that there's something you don't like anymore and you want to do some change. So the first step you already did, and that is seeing that there is a problem. The next thing you need to do is to believe that it's possible to shift your mindset, to believe that you are in control. You are in control of what you believe. I know that sounds like I said the same thing, but it isn't. So I'm going to say it again. To believe that you are in control and you are in control of what you believe. Those are actually two different things. And rewind it back if you need to hear it again. Because first, you have to believe that it's possible. And then next, you have to believe that you're in control of that change. And I'm here to encourage you and remind you that you are. No matter how hard it may seem, you can. Now, the next step is to decide to shift. To do this, you have to be ready to dig deep and ask yourself, why do I believe this? Why do I believe, for example, that there's no job opportunities in my field? Or why do I believe that no one wants to hire me? And you'll have to really explore that further. You need to take a moment to journal your thoughts. This could be related to something you heard from your parents or your friends growing up. This could have been like one offhand comment that someone said to you along the way, but you took that in and you made it your truth. And now it's time to identify what caused it. This can be from not believing that you are enough. Whatever it is, explore it, process it, feel it, and then let it go. Now, if you are struggling here and you feel like you can't move forward, I would highly recommend you seek professional help. A therapist can help you process your past and be able to move forward. And I say this because as a therapist myself, I don't practice privately, but I am licensed as a therapist. And I will say therapy can really help you kind of unwrap all of those things that maybe you weren't willing to recognize. So guys, if this journaling activity is causing you to be more upset than uplifting, then you may want to consider looking for a professional therapist. Now, if you're feeling like, okay, I got this. Now what? I see the paper, I see the writing. What do I do to change my thinking? Then I have an activity for you. Start listing all of those limiting beliefs that are coming up, all those negative thoughts. And once you feel that you've written all of them out, start writing a positive to it. So for example, if you wrote, there's no job opportunities in my field, you would rewrite that as, there are plenty of job opportunities in my field. The right opportunity finds me. The right jobs find me. And keep going with it till you are able to rewrite something new, or as some people say, reprogram your mindset. And that's how you develop a new career mindset. To make this stick, you'll need to put this somewhere you can see every day. I highly recommend that you recite them to yourself as often as you like and want. For myself, I have my own recording of affirmations, and they're different ones, and I listen to them every day. So, whatever works for you, just start small. And remember to give yourself grace as you work to shift your mindset. This isn't a erase all of your negative thoughts. This isn't a everything's going to be perfect after one time. This takes time. And there will be days that you will be in a negative mindset. And that is just a day that you have to process those feelings. So do not feel that you have to be perfect. There's no such thing. Just be willing to see things differently. All right, guys. So that's it for today. See you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Manifest Your Career podcast with me, your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a Latina career and life coach. Are you ready to take action today? Visit my site, manifestyourcareer.com, and get your free Confidence Through Clarity guide.